Problem-based learning, or PBL, is an important part of the basic science curriculum here at VTC. PBL groups are made up of 7 or 8 students, 1 facilitator, and they meet 3 times per week to tackle a case based on a real patient. On Monday, students identify a leader, scribe, and researcher. The leader is responsible for facilitating discussion and progressing the group through the case in a timely manner. The scribe organizes case information on the whiteboard for group reference, and the researcher is tasked with finding accurate information to questions as they arise. Once roles are established, the case begins with a brief introductory paragraph. The group then discusses what they believe the patient's chief complaint is, or in other words, why the patient is seeking medical care today.
On that note, does anyone want to start reading our case?
I can start reading.
Okay, thanks, E.
All right. Jeremy Wooten is a 49-year-old man who comes to the emergency department.
After discussing the chief complaint, additional information is shared, including the history of the present illness, past medical history, family history, social history, and more. Throughout this entire process, the PBL group is working together to generate and continuously modify a differential diagnosis list, which describes conditions that may be causing the patient's signs and symptoms.
Based on his social history, exposure could be playing a role in how he's presenting today.
That's a good idea.
As the PBL case continues, there is discussion of self-reported patient symptoms from head to toe, as well as physical exam findings. This plethora of information is synthesized as a group, and PBL facilitators are particularly helpful in developing a framework for identifying both pertinent positives and negatives that impact the group's differential diagnosis list.
What else should they be doing? How about lifestyle modifications?
These efforts then inform what tests and imaging should be ordered to confirm a diagnosis and direct patient care.
I'm noticing that the glucose looks really high given the reference range, so do we think that that could be linked with the diabetes?
Laboratory medicine is continuously incorporated throughout PBL. Quickly, students learn about blood parameters, inflammatory markers, imaging studies, and so much more. PBL is also particularly helpful for practicing the language of medicine. During PBL, students become more comfortable with acronyms, abbreviations, and medical jargon.
For the CBC, we're looking for anemia for the vitamin deficiency, and then the CMP, I'm looking specifically for glucose for the diabetes.
Excellent.
PBL is just one way that VTC incorporates self-directed learning and encourages students to be accountable for their own knowledge and growth. On Wednesday, we discuss case learning objectives, which explore basic science, health system science and interprofessional practice, and pharmacology content. Each student is responsible for investigating each learning objective, referencing lecture materials, primary literature, and high-quality, up-to-date information. Following a thoughtful review of case learning objectives, the patient case is then further discussed within the context of new information. Friday's PBL includes an epilogue to the case, and then case wrap-up occurs. Case wrap-up provides a unique opportunity to engage with the patient for whom the case was written. A physician is also present to help facilitate the discussion and offer their own clinical insights. PBL requires immense effort and engagement from students and facilitators, but the growth in knowledge, communication skills, and professionalism that occur makes PBL an invaluable part of our curriculum.